Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to yet another grand event, another grand match within this event, the Castlevania Symphony of the Night Randomizer Tournament, the Lycanthrope edition, Randomizer, Rando Wolf, whatever you want to call it. And we have ourselves here a high profile match for tonight, and alongside with me to cast a lot of that action is my good old buddy Eldritch. How you doing?
I am great, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I'm fantastic. We're all here, we're all ready to go. But first off, let me talk about this top four. Not only do you have Jupiter Climb and Dinner Dog in the winner's bracket, but you also do have Dragon Blitz, and I do believe, was it Fire?
Fire 15? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had a lot of close calls in in the lower bracket, and a lot of close calls for Dinner Dog climbing up to so far. Hasn't really been the cleanest with the matches, but incredibly tactful. As we all know, Dinner Dog is a mastermind of complexity here for Castlevania Symphony of the Night Randomizer. But we also have Jupiter Climb, who is, execution god, really competitive and tournament ready mindset. Before we get started, I do want to shout these two out. This is the winners finals. It's two to make it to grands, and the loser will have to face the winner of Fire and Dragon Blitz. Eldritch. What can we expect from these two? As we get
what you got on one side is you've got Jupiter Climb, who, as you said, is a master of execution. He is raw talent at this game. And then we've got Dinner Dog, who is pure intellect. So we've got the man who trained versus the man who started with it all.
All right, we have our race spot in there. And we are set with it. Winners finals. We're gonna get that poll, those channel predictions up as well. Who is your favorite to take it, y'all?
I'm gonna have to vote for Dinner Dog. I'm always Team Canada.
Well, let's see if we can get some of those stacks on through. Jupiter not getting them. Actually, Dinner Dog also following up with no stacks. We'll have a chance to keep that on up. There we go. Jupiter getting some stacks on phase 2 with Dracula.
Yeah, it's more important to get the stacks on phase 2. Phase 1 is really weak, and you can just take that out easy with a couple of blade dashes. Phase 2, that's where we really want to see that pile up of damage.
And there we go. For those that are watching this live on Twitch, first of all, thank you very much for showing up on in here. Second of all, predictions are live. Who wins? You get a handful of channel points just for following the channel. Go ahead and predict with your channel points right here.
Looks like Jupiter Climb went for the duck strat to go through the rock in the center, as did Dinner Dog. Dinner Dog did not make the second, or I should say the third and fourth hits on the way out of the rock, though.
Let's see, we got Starflail, and we got the God's Garb. Hello, one of the best, if not the best, chess piece in that game.
Yeah, the God's Garb actually ends up, if you do a 200% file, will end up with the second best overall defense, but it will also increase your intelligence. So there is that to consider.
Mm-hmm. Really like this cape randomized little palette we got going on. Doesn't that remind you of Gabriel Belmont? Doesn't that remind you of Lords of Shadow a little bit there?
it reminds me of two of my favorite colors, actually. Red and teal, put them together, they're spicy.
We even got a little bit of that baby barf on the outline there. So, lot of colors to love. Jupiter now coming into his own with some movement. It's a little bit shaky on the climb up to the entrance. And let's see if we can get some really nice strats with the Slogger Gaibon. Everybody has kind of gotten used to seeing this sort of strategy, especially from Jupiter Climb. Get that Tetra Spirit buffer out there. Really nice clean from Slagra, and then Gaibon's down as well.
Dinner Dog's running about 11 seconds behind, moving into Slogger and Gaibon. Let's hope he gets the double kill and he can save himself some time.
Ooh, was that it? Oh my god, that was it. Nice. Again,
Another
Dinner
God's
Dog. Well, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I just saw another God's Guard drop for Dinner Dog.
We also got Magic Missile. That drop that Jupiter Climb just got. Thank you very much for the $25 drop. Really helps out a lot. That's why I love for whenever I played Rando and I got like cash drops. Like, oh, thank you very much for the $400 donation.
Right.
Really good drop movement from the Wolf. Gonna be taking some damage to lightly untransform a little bit faster. Everything counts. Not really seeing what could be there. What could it be? And we have
silver ring.
We have a silver ring.
That's a really important thing that we have to remember when we're doing these races, is that when you don't see the relic, you have to go down, because you can't guarantee that it's not going to be an item that leads to progression. Excellent wolf movement by Jupiter Climb, climbing back up those stairs.
Really want Dinner Dog to catch up a little bit so we can see a little bit of sync. I love me a little bit of sync here. Oh, nice high jump.
Beautiful wolf movement from Dinner Dog there. He's been practicing all day.
Fire dropping some knowledge in the chat. It looked like it's simultaneous kill, but it actually wasn't. You could actually tell from the level up off the third bloody zombie. Yeah, absolutely. There is a sort of a light experience route, especially for certain speed running, that people would love to follow. So just little nuances and things like that. Very nice backdash double jump, or rather, little coyote from Jupiter Climb there.
Yeah, both of these racers are doing amazing jobs at exposing or showing us some great wolf movement here. Like, each of them, you can tell that they've been racing the Lycanthrope preset for a while. They've been paying attention to the technique videos posted, and it's phenomenal.
Oh, looking like we got a little bit of movement with the Leapstone.
Leapstone here at this level means only two things can be the next relic. Either the Leapstone check itself or Colosseum.
We'll probably get it. Oh, no. Botch and book jump not once but twice, but gets it on the third time around. Meanwhile,
giving Dinner Dog the ability to catch up a little.
Absolutely. Picking up the Spike Breaker at the ferry card.
Early Spike Breaker definitely means that Silver Ring is not going to be a deep check. It might be a random Vlad or something along those lines.
I'm interested in this.
All right, something nonsensical for the shop, but let's see about this supermarket sweep. Library card at 1,500. Looking
I'm seeing
like
a lot of fun things.
A lot of fun things, but a lot of them are pretty expensive as well.
Yeah, mana prisms are in there.
If only, if only. Again, to get everybody caught up, especially for the new viewers of this Lycanthrope seed that we've been running. Your dog and you go Burr with Dog. Not only do you start off with the 3 initial wolf relics, Eldritch, you remember, or I remember you telling me about like a little bit of a quality of life to kind of, you know, compensate for that in the early game, right?
Absolutely. Each of our racers started with a Mystic Pendant, which is huge in this Wolf Seed because you're going to be using a lot of mana to get around. You notice that our racers are mostly spending their time in Wolf form. The reason why they're doing that is because staying in Wolf form is 0 MP per second. That means that they remove the cost of staying in Wolf form. They also reduce the cost of using the Wolf Charge skill from 15 to 5. They reduce the cost of hitting things in Power of Wolf form from 5 to 1.
Uncle Burr, what are we looking at? Not really much. How are you?
He glanced at those items and said, nah, fam, I'm out.
It really only takes, like, especially for someone as seasoned as Jupiter Climb, I mean, especially for both of these seasoned randomizer players, like, it only takes a couple of pixels to kind of, like, identify an item in this game.
I mean, you say that. I have seen in the past where, you know, people will look at something and they won't pay entire attention to it. But, I mean, Jupiter Climb was able to discern really quickly, like, nope, this is not something that I want.
Really nice climb. Really kind of standard in doing that room that way in this form of the seed. It's kind of hacking, whacking, smacking. You want to know how to do an infinite? Oh, there you go. Simultaneous level up. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, they're synchronized.
All right, let's see. Dinner Dog perform this very same jump and clears.
Jupiter taking a nice little elevator ride up for the save point. Oh, he's gonna go check the attic and keep.
Oh, we're atticing.
Doing a bit of those Eldritch checks.
Is that a coined phrase, sir?
It is. If I remember correctly, it was actually coined by Freeland, of all people.
Oh, we got hamburger. We got bastard sword.
Tasty burger. Now, I don't know about the rest of you guys. I would not trust a hamburger that's been stuck in a vase inside the attic of a castle.
Dog, we've been eating wall chickens for like 40 years, all right? Like, you can chill on CDC.
Jupiter Climb getting the dive kicks off of the turkeys to make sure that he gets all the way up. Holy Symbol at Leapstone means that he'll be able to swim in the caverns, but that is not a progression relic at this time. Dinner Dog is struggling to try to get the same chicken dance.
Yeah, tangling with these flea riders can be a little bit stressful. Thankfully, he had a little bit of usable items, restorative items for that invincibility. And we're all set.
Dinner Dog has decided that he's not going to take the life apple. He is not fond of Digon strats. All right, we've got Jupiter running back down here. He knows that that long hallway is the fastest way to get to Colosseum from here if you do not have that Olrock's teleport.
Oh, it is the briskest jog through this this long room that he's going to be going through because of this wolf seed here.
Looks like it's lunch A underneath the overhang there on the way back down.
Clears jump.
Excellent.
See Dinner Dog going through the same thing as well. And again, for this tournament, just books it, loves it, love it, and that Ring of Ares drop as well. Feeling really strong
Some of you might be noticing, if you're not familiar with how the randomizer improves some of our quality of life stuff, the seeds that are produced as part of any tournament match always have that statue in the clock room open. They will never have that statue closed because that is a quality of life feature that we added, much like the $0 relic in the shop, so that nobody has to farm for money if they need that progression.
Yeah, very, very tournament kind of, competitive settings, just to, make everything a little bit easier, and having the main aspects of the randomizer, kind of be like the main outliers of whether you gain time or lose time.
Yeah, we see Jewel of Open here at Coliseum, which means that our next move is to descend into the caverns.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of sunglasses, Junpei. Let's see, how is he gonna take this? Bad pentagram.
Jupiter opting not to equip Ring of Ares, despite the fact that it gives 24 strength. He might be afraid of losing 21 defense.
Well, as you were saying, we're about to go underground, and if we have to go even further underground, then those are places where you would not want to make a mistake if you had that ring on.
Well, I'm gonna have to agree with Talik Zealot. If the enemy is dead, they can't kill you.
Mm-hmm. All right, one punch.
Just call me Saitama.
Dinner Dog kind of catching up here a little bit with some refined movement. That kind of dog boost over 2 Olrox has kind of helped him out a little bit, gaining a couple seconds. Like, that was really, really good.
Look,
so Jupiter's gonna have to be on the A
who are
game.
neck and neck, it's always the viewers who win. Am I right?
This is what I'm saying. You remember that other match that we casted when it was Jupiter and Dragon Blitz? Like, every second counted. We had multiple moments of sync. Like, these are the top tier players here in this randomizer bracket.
That's right. JC Drummer is asking, did neither get the Olrox warp? It doesn't look like either of them actually went all the way over there, no. Which that might cost them some time later.
Transforming a little bit closer to the door, like he's almost caught up. Sorry to interrupt you, I'm just saying, Dinner Dog out here.
Dinner Dog is no slouch when it comes to execution. I definitely never said that he was not good at execution. He's just not quite up to the level of Dragon Blitz and Jupiter Climb.
We're talking about the more recent members of the randomizer community that has helped deconstruct how people play this competitively, with making sense of it. Oh, we're gonna be going toward that Medusa. But yeah, honestly, again, shout outs to Dinner Dog. If not for his videos on introducing new people to randomizers, understanding complexity and like things like that, like I don't think there would be many competitive players as we do see right now.
Absolutely. I actually after this tournament started, I started watching the videos myself. Even seasoned players, you should just go watch the videos. Yeah. He actually can deliver on making sure that we learn as much about this as possible. I've learned a few things from his videos.
And let's see this. We're punching, and we're only a couple of seconds behind. Yeah, Jupiter also did a little bit of retooling, I think a little bit earlier.
I have to agree with Dinner Dog's movement here. Instead of doing the wolf movement all the way down, it's much easier to get the seamless fall when you're playing as Alucard. You don't get as much air drift as the wolf.
Only a couple punches. I do like that.
Dragon Blitz recently stated that there are a lot of bosses that randomizer runners will use an unnecessary Tetrasphere for. I think that Scylla is one of them at this stage. She's not that hardy.
All right, big progression with the Form of the Mist.
Which means that our next progression relic can be in library. But remember, Lycanthrope offers 1 or 2 points where we can get baited.
You know what? You're right. And this is where, oh my god, really nice coyote. Little wolf jump there by Dinner Dog. Yeah,
definitely.
That is right. And this is why I am here to learn. Oh no, frog hallway. And again, like once we're underground, things can do a little bit of damage, especially with the toolkit that they have right now, the loadout.
You know, I recently had to do like a couple of other seeds that were not Lycanthrope, and Frog Hallway, absolute nightmare without wolf movement. With wolf movement, it's just a bunch of mana loss.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna see where this is. The merman statue.
So that leaves 2 different things at the exact same level that were both progression. Well, I wonder which one will be bait.
I love that big bog. That's like, again, just little pieces of tech like that to keep you moving forward.
One of the biggest things that we have to keep in mind, and this is not with just randomizer, it's also with speedrunning the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Momentum is everything. As long as you can maintain some sort of forward momentum, whether that be upward momentum, downward momentum, forward momentum, whatever direction you want to be going in, if you can keep going that direction, it's all good.
And I think a main proponent of, oh, look at that doggy paddle.
Wolf swim?
I think the main proponent of optimizing your movement in the Lycanthrope seeds is like making sure you have the best horizontal stage movement, you know, like
yeah,
long rooms, long, you know, the very, to where you don't get bonked, or, you know, so you can travel along the horizontal plane as cleanly as possible. This is
you know, I'll be honest, if before 2020, actually I should say it was actually before 2019. Before 2019, did not know that the wolf could swim with holy symbol. Did not know it.
I think hunting for like 200.6% was how I learned that the dog can kind of like paddle, because you got to get those, you know, nooks and crevices, and
yeah,
to get
like,
that full map
and that's
completion.
actually where I learned it, when Dragon Blitz was studying to do his 200.6 run.
Yeah,
is when I learned it.
yeah, bump those bats in particular.
That's not going to be.
What's going to be over here? With bated breath, we wait. Absolutely.
Oh no, Merman
nothing.
statue was the bait, which means that Mist holds our next progression relic.
You know.
Now here's the real question: do they continue to go down and finish off the catacombs because they have Spike Breaker, or do they just go ahead and go back to library?
Let's see. Yeah. This well, we're 21 minutes in. Like, this will probably leave some point for divergence, or will they stay kind of like, you know, tried and true to the chase? We'll see.
We should also keep in mind that just because Jupiter Climb is headed down doesn't mean that he's not headed to the library. It is faster to take a warp out of here than it is to actually climb the
absolutely. Taking that from the before the catacombs into the outer wall. I mean, to put you nearly there.
For those of you who are not familiar with the game, recently it was discovered that you can press the triangle button on the Player 2 controller in the PlayStation version and destroy that bridge instead of going all the way across to hit the button.
That's really funny. That's like super funny. Like, I thought,
yeah,
I thought
that was
we
less than a year
those.
ago we found that out.
I thought we would have left those in like, you know, the SNES era, but no, with it, you know, those dev tools are still there. I was gonna say, if it wasn't for Dinner Dog getting like nipped by one of Cerberus' attacks, that probably would have been a faster fight on his end. I think that still kind of was.
Looks like Jupiter's deciding to go into the catacombs. I wonder which check he is going to orphan. Jupiter Climb, nefarious for orphaning weird checks.
We've seen that, and we kind of saw that a lot in his decision making against the Dragon Blitz match as well.
That's
where
right.
That absolutely paid off.
And you know, it's so weird because other people have tried it since then. Never works.
Remember, these are educated guesses that these folks are making right here. like, yeah, if I were them, I would just be right, you know? Then I would win every time.
Be right, forehead.
Wondering how Dinner Dog's gonna be taking on this Granfaloon fight. Jupiter Klein was a big fan. Oh, now picking up the diamond, so we'll probably be seeing a supermarket sweep soon from Dinner Dog.
Dinner Dog is notorious for using the use items on bosses whenever he's faced up against a foe that he can't really beat on what his equipment says.
Mm-hmm.
So we might actually see some use items here. Dinner Dog getting wrecked by those fire demons. Not having a good time.
No, we're... A little bonk there. That's fine. Oh, Jupiter Climb now. Yep, now picking up the diamond. So we'll definitely be seeing a supermarket sweep. I mean, we did see a couple of attractive items in there. We saw a library card in there and such. Just a little bit expensive for the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're definitely going to want to grab that Mana Prism. Even if you don't get a duplicator, Mana Prism is always useful for keeping your momentum going. Excellent high jump by Jupiter Climb there to check these items. Starflail is considerable. For those who don't know, Starflail has the exact same attack speed as the Alucard sword.
Really?
Yes.
Holy glasses!
Holy glasses. So we've skipped a few progression relics. We've skipped Bat and Echo of Bat.
Yeah.
Which means that, you know, basically, we know that Final Vlad is probably going to be, what? Holy Glasses check, maybe just in Second Castle in general.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Silver Ring is not it. But this also means that Bat is probably in First Castle. Or is guaranteed in First Castle.
A little nice fire boost there. I don't know if intentional, but actually it was pretty nice, pretty circumstantial, and they got him.
I have to wonder if upon receiving Holy Glasses, both of these racers aren't just going to stay in First Castle till they get Bat.
Nice walk armor. Yeah, we are going to be heading back to Liberia, it seems. What do you think?
If it were me, I would be checking library and then Holy Glasses for sure. If library doesn't have anything. If library has something, then I'm going to orphan Holy Glasses all day.
You might as well pick up some swag while you're there. Jupiter Climb, not only picking up the diamond, but it's got a couple of gems in his bag.
What can I say? The librarian runs a very sophisticated souvenir shop. If you ever happen to visit Castle Dracula, drop by the library. Really
good vault there. And no bonks heading into the shop.
Dinner Dog has to know that he's behind now. After fighting those fiery demons like that, he has to know that he needs to make up some time somewhere. We might actually see him go for the gamble.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, yep. And the rest are going to be the mana prisms. Double check. See, we got...
At 800 mana prisms? Whoo! I'd take them.
Thank you.
Yeah, there we go. Jupiter loading up.
Farewell for now.
All but one. Very, very good budgeting. Running the numbers.
Dinner Dog headed for the silver ring check first.
We have a little bit of divergence here, folks. Could this, you know...
Oh, Jupiter got an Alucard shield.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
This is gonna make all of his boss fights way easier. Like, combat is solved for Jupiter Climb this seed.
And there we
And
go,
he's going
double
with the
shield,
double
Final
shield.
Fantasy 2, baby, we're in there. But he's getting hacked and one and smacked by this axe.
That flea armor just said, "Your name's not Furion. Get that out of my house."
The gatekeeper. All right, trying to get in as much DPS on this hippogriff, not.
There we go.
There we go.
Dinner
Miss
Dog
could
knows he
potentially
doesn't have
pass.
to
Let's see
collect
what's
that.
with the soul check. We got the power of Miss from there.
Power of Mist. Jupiter has the intended flight for the seed, it looks like.
And with that and that library card purchase out of there and for that escape, I am waiting with bated breath. Let me swap on over here real quick. I just want to see. I just want to see. Will this pay off? Waiting with bated breath. Hi, Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Bated breath.
Echo of Bat. Silver Ring was intended progression at some point. Which means that Bat is on the flight level? Not sure. We still haven't seen Fire of Bat, and we still haven't seen the second attic in Keep. I don't think either racer has done the entrance check.
No, they have not. Not this time. We're 30 minutes in.
Here we go.
Yeah, power of Miss. Well, y'all think we'll get a full... Yeah, we got a Vladdy! I knew it! I had an eye for that
Called
eye!
it. You called it.
Jupiter Klein picks up the first piece of Exodia.
Looks like luck is on his side. Dinner Dog not opting to do the attic check because he doesn't have flight. This sets him strictly behind Jupiter Climb. It looks like he's not... There's going to have to be a significant change with one of these racers for Dinner Dog to take the lead.
And the thing is, we could have seen it at that divergence. The thing is, like, we saw risks like that being taken by Jupiter Climb earlier in the upper bracket.
Yeah.
But like you said, like it's a 50-50. It's a coin flip.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back at the keep for Jupiter Climb. What else will we find here? There goes the fire bat, and there we go out of here. Creature seed, another one? I've commentated creature seeds before. Eldritch's been here with me.
Oh yeah. One of the things that we want to. Just want to mention Fire a Bat. Not so bad in the new Batmaster preset that was developed by MT Fun and Mozilla. It makes it so good. Yes.
Are we gonna be seeing a fall randomizer fall tournament be Batmaster? Oh,
No,
I think that'd be great.
This is definitely a casual preset, but like it is so satisfying.
All right, Jupiter heading back to the entrance. Bump that Allen particular, man. And there we go, another piece of Exodia, the Ring of Vlad.
We still have Gravity Boots check and all of Alchemy Lab, if I recall correctly.
There we go, Dinner Dog heading to Supermarket Sweep. What are we gonna be getting? One of the Ring of Varda? How many library cards? How many grams?
Right?
We got the plug.
The sword named Graham.
All right, Alchemy revisit for Jupiter Climb. And again, having the age-old, you know, shield rod, Alucard shield combo, there is going to be absolutely no difficulty in combat for Jupiter Climb.
Yeah, like he's just gonna walk in, look at the boss, and he's gonna Saitama it. Yeah, it looks like Dinner Dog did not get the same drop, which means that he is kind of cursed to do all of his combat the hard way. Very smooth mist movement there from Jupiter Climb. Soul of Bat is at Bat card right above Slogger and Gaibin. This is going to make it way rougher.
And Jupiter Climb has like a trove of mana prisms at his disposal.
Yes. He has enough mana prisms, he could clear second castle in one go.
Dinner Dog coming into first piece of Exodia for him. He bought the shield at Supermarket Sweep. All right.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw the shield in the shop. I just didn't register it.
I think I was too focused on the usables.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I will commend Dinner Dog for not applying the shield immediately. Jupiter Climb will have to reapply that shield as necessary, especially after the Richter fight. So, or if he does a save split.
Again, I love this color palette, this Gabriel Belmont cape we got going on here, like.
Okay, we see Jupiter Climb clearing out Olrox's quarters.
While, you know, not forgetting to hit this teleporter in particular.
Right, absolutely. I'm full well expecting to see Gold Ring in the second castle, which is going to force him to come back, so he's going to want that teleporter. Unfortunately, Dinner Dog is just stuck trailing behind. This is a very linear seed at this point.
Yeah.
There's not a lot he can do to gambit his way out of it.
Yeah, there have to be some pretty big execution and platforming discrepancies to happen in the second castle and onward. But,
yeah, he could go to early second castle, but just now getting Bat He's going to be skipping Olrox. Does he do it?
Well, he'd have to come back anyway to get the AI.
Yes, he would. He would have to come back for fire of bat check for sure.
Yeah. But then again, you know, early second castle, we could probably maybe hit that on the way.
I just don't see him going to second castle with one Vlad in his belt.
No, not at all. That's what I'm saying.
There's the Air Jordans.
Gravity boots.
I want to be like Mike.
You always got a pretty meaty on raid onto here, so let me get everybody caught up to speed. Welcome everybody to the Castlevania Symphony of the Night Spring Randomizer Tournament. We have the winners finals going on to contend for top 2 placement. Jupiter Climb on the left, picking up the 3rd piece of Exodia. You need 5 pieces of Exodia to open up the final room per se. So really, really big pieces for the go mode of this game. If you love randomizers, feel free to follow all of these competitors, follow this channel, and follow the tournament playlist on YouTube.
So we do know that there are three, maybe 4 Vlads in the first castle. I suspect that final Vlad is going to be behind Holy Glass's check, which means that we're gonna see only one random Vlad in the second castle. If anybody goes to second castle early, which the only person that would be able to do that is Dinner Dog. If he goes to second castle early, he's just gonna further put himself behind. He needs to do all of the first castle checks now.
That was a good transform from Wolf to Bat to clear that gap to go to Olrox from Dinner Dog. Like the execution is still there. It's just like you said, this seems a little bit linear. So there would have to be some like really big discrepancies in the execution. But I mean, what more could be said about this seed that hadn't already fallen into place for a player like Jupiter Climb? Coming onto Shield Rod, Alucard Shield from Supermarket Sweep, coming into all of these major movements, relics for progression, and just cleaning out this first castle pretty much before we head on through. Here we go.
Dragon Blitz, basically, Dinner Dog just kind of suffered execution-wise, and a few route divergences that did not pay off. Where it was a 50-50, he lost the coin toss.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and that was like the major one. There hadn't really been many other route changes besides maybe Dinner Dog going for, bare knuckle Ring of Ares over the Shield Rod. Yeah. But even still, it was like the boss techniques that kind of, kept them lagging behind as well.
Yeah. So Dinner Dog just now collecting his second Vlad relic. He still needs to do fire bat check. Meanwhile, Jupiter Climb going into the fight against the orb controlling Richter. We should be tracking the time when he enters second castle. Doing the re-equip here, so that he can set himself up for success later.
So that's at what, 4056?
Yep, 4056, he activates the teleport. Here we get to see if Dinner Dog decides to orphan Fire of Bat in favor of going to Castle 2 already. I don't know that he necessarily does that. He's usually pretty thorough.
Mm-hmm.
No, he orphans it.
Really?
This basically seals the deal, right? Like, this is the final nail in the coffin for this race. Mm-hmm. Jupiter Climb is going to find the second to last Vlad somewhere in second castle. He's going to find Gold Ring, and he's going to come back for final Vlad in Holy Glasses check.
Well, all right. We'll come on upon actual Fire of Bat here. Dinner Dog shrugging it off, like just kind of already figured as much. But 41 minutes in, you kind of have to be going for some more accessible checks. So here comes the second castle for the both of them.
Even if Dinner Dog did a left side strong side, Dinner Dog is missing one of the Vlad relics that is already in first castle. He would have to come back. He won't know that that's a Vlad until he gets all of the other checks done. Yeah, at least it's not a best of one, Roseville. You are 100% correct. This is a best of three, which means that Dinner Dog has a chance for redemption in the future.
Yeah, lower bracket was pretty cutthroat with that. Yeah, I thought it would be like, you know, best of three across the board, but that's the pool of sharks, baby. You know, you get one chance and you drown. That is just a bit brutal. So again, like, not only this winner's match is going to be among some of the best randomizer players, but you also got the other two in the lower bracket. We got Fire and Dragon Blitz. So, and that actually I think is going off this Friday. So we'll be to our top three finals in just under a week.
Really looking forward to seeing that race. Fire is an OG randomizer and speedrunner, so he carries a lot of that older skill with him, but he has also been developing a lot of the tech for the Lycan preset. No, we don't blame Dinner Dog for skipping Fire of Bat. That's definitely not something that he can be blamed for. Looking at the odds, he should not have gone after Fire of Bat, considering all things. We just happen to know Deus Ex Machina, that is one of the Vlads, and he will have to come back for it later.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jupiter Climb picking up the Nailer Tooth of Vlad, and having Mana Prisms to just kind of keep up on that momentum. Even a couple of dropped gravity boot inputs is not going to stop him from taking this first round.
Honestly, the only thing that's going to take this away from Jupiter Climb is if he dies.
We picked up the God's Garb in like 2 minutes. He cannot die.
I mean, we can all die.
Unless he spills coffee on his router, he's seals the deal, all right? I'm sorry. That's just wild. Like, you kind of think of it now. This seed was just solved from combat from the very start.
Oh yeah. Even if they had, you know, Terminus Est, I think that they'd be able to beat the game.
Gold ring. And here's where those bunch of library cards come in place.
For those who don't know, Terminus Est is a poison sword. It does not affect Dracula at all.
And with the quickness, we are headed.
Don't try to call your mummy. Akmadon 2 is down. Jupiter Climb has gotten the golden ring. He's headed for Holy Glasses check. He has to know that that's either a final Vlad or it's just a large piece of bait. I'm voting on it being a Vlad.
we already had our big bait earlier. Both of our players took it, and we can just kind of shrug off and move on.
Yeah.
Like, that could have been a really big divergence if, you know, someone just decided to skip out on it. I think Jupiter Climb did that in the winners bracket a little bit earlier on in this bracket, actually. And again, ended up paying off.
The real question is do we see Dinner Dog beat Bees before Jupiter beats Drac?
Let's see.
Everything can be gamified.
And as the bells toll and all that stuff, again, we wanted to thank everybody coming out for this winners bracket. Again, it's not over. This is still best 2 out of 3. Again, Dinner Dog can deconstruct this game as well as Jupiter Climb can. It's all down to execution, and it's all down to the big decision making and the risk taking. And it could very well be in Dinner Dog's favor the next round. So let's keep the excitement going. Because I want to see a game 3. I don't know about y'all, but I want to see a game 3.
Dinner Dog getting gold ring. He's headed in a different... Okay. For a minute there, I think he thought about just heading back, but then he realized that he's missing 2 Vlads, and he needs to continue forward.
Ah! We got 2 big baits in a row! In a seat. I mean, I wish it mattered more. It'd be a lot more funny. But
Which this actually puts Dinner Dog in the lead because he is stuck in second castle. We got a reverse Uno card. Skip, draw 2, play another draw 4.
But oh my, oh, I just that eye.
Oh my god.
That electric eye.
Do we see Creature or Galamoth playing a part in this seed now? This is insane.
I want Galley to happen so bad. You have no idea. Oh no. we got a toss on that. Did we activate? There we go.
I was about to say, Dinner Dog, do you want to talk about it?
That's all right. Like, trying to get in there with that Alucard shield is no small feat, but yeah, Beelzebub was pretty much on his last breath anyway. Cube of So!
Oh no.
The Cube of No!
Oh no, he's teleporting back. Oh, he's getting baited the same way that Jupiter was. To be fair, we all called it there. We all called Final Vlad at Holy Glasses. Like, it's not beyond consideration. However, do we see Dinner Dog collecting Eye of Vlad here, though? Does he do the Fire of Bat check since he's near the library? Can this actually be closer than it actually is?
No idea. If this is turning on its head like right now, then like
he sees the check. He checked his map.
Mm-hmm.
He's going up. He's going up. He saw that he needed the check. He's gonna go do the check, or he's gonna take the teleporter. Nope. He's doing the check.
No. Like, yeah. I felt like it was just a very long-standing check for Dinner Dog to have like left standing for so long, you know.
Yeah. So this is going to be much closer than we thought. This could end up being a situation where we might see Jupiter Climb skip Creature because that is where the odds are. And then Dinner Dog decides to go at... Nope, Jupiter's not skipping Creature.
No.
I have never seen Jupiter Climb not skip Creature in my life.
Dinner Dog exclaims, oh! coming up on that Eye of Vlad.
Oh no. This is now firmly in Jupiter Climb's court. Like, there is no stopping it now. This seed is playing with my emotions. I gotta say, Bobby, like, he is...
Well...
I need to go to marital counseling with this seed.
Well, I feel like Jupiter Climb was just a little bit more by the book for following the complexity of this seed.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, one is the safest way to play, and 2, if you just let your execution guide you and you feel like you're doing all right. Up there it goes!
Had Final Vlad! Oh my god, how does Jupiter Climb know?
These are the things that we're talking about! Two
The
creatures.
one time you see Jupiter Climb go to creature before he goes to reverse caverns. The one time, and it's a Vlad. I'm telling you guys, Jupiter Climb is hacking the Matrix. He is Agent Smith.
Who verifies these seeds and feeds them to Jupiter Climb? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
if Dinner Dog is the architect, Jupiter Climb is the oracle. That's what I'm saying.
Oy, man. Well, we were getting worried for a bit, weren't we, gang?
Don't gamble
Dinner
against
Dog
Jupe. You will
the
lose.
Bait again. Again, both of these players took the bait. The big baits were taken.
Yep.
It just didn't really matter down the long stretch. Again, like the linearity, especially throughout the early game, didn't really get to see many things open up until we saw Jupiter Climb come upon that power of mist. And then he just racked up the pieces of Exodia. And here we go.
And you know, here's the big takeaway from this. Here's what everybody needs to take away from this. Dinner Dog should not feel bad about this at all. He did everything he knew to be correct at the time. So there is literally no ground on which the Dinner Dog can say, "Oh, well, I failed as a racer and as a streamer." He did everything correct. It's just guesswork didn't work out in his favor.
That's right. That's another layer to competitive gaming.
Yep.
The randomness can't really be guessed right by everyone all the time. But that will be time for Jupiter Climb. Coming back in at a 54.08.
That was an excellent race. Whew.
Yeez Louise.
I need to call my doctor, get some new heart meds, and
it's okay. Dinner Dog played like I saw Dinner Dog strats that Jupiter Climb did not do. We almost saw him catch up with like the lead. It was again a couple of these divergences, couple of these gambles, these roll of the die, and unfortunately it did not pay off. But again, we got one more chance, potentially two more chances to take this back in Dinner Dog's favor.
Indeed, but you must always remember that the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing.
Everybody, it has been great so far, but keep the hype rolling. Again, I want to see a game. Does anybody here want to see a game 3? I know a lot of us do.
Oh, 10 out of 10. I definitely want to see a game 3. I want to see the redemption arc for Team Canada.
Jesus. Anyways, let's go for a little bit of a break here. Because when we return, we will potentially see someone advance, or we will see probably the hypest comeback in the upper bracket of the SOTN randomizer. We will be right back in about 5 minutes. I'm also going to be rolling some ads so we don't get any video interruption during gameplay. So just sit on tight for a little bit, y'all. And make sure, please, to follow up on the YouTube. This will be uploaded pretty much tonight. So go ahead and give a subscription over to the channels that host the Symphony of the Night randomizer tournament. Follow the playlists, follow the players. Eldritch and I will return very shortly, so do not go away. You are just tuning on in. We are in the middle of the winners finals, a top tier match between Jupiter Climb and Dinner Dog. We had our first match and a couple of risks did not pay off. Jupiter Climb gliding all the way to the finish line. But Dinner Dog has one, no two chances and must make them count in order for him to advance to the grand finals. If you're viewing this live, thank you very much for tuning on in. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure that you're following a lot of the playlists that we got going on here. And let's get on ready for the next match. Again, I got my good old friend Eldritch right here casted alongside me. How are you feeling after that match?
I don't know. I might need some psychotherapy after that. There is way too much at stake here for that kind of play to actually make it out.
Mm-hmm. Like it was a little bit heartbreaking seeing the risks not exactly pay off
Right.
here.
Yeah. No, like, you just, it is said that anybody who speedruns or plays the randomizer at this level has a love-hate relationship with this game. You know, you'll hear it in the chats during the races. We hate this game. We love this game. But what ends up happening is that love-hate relationship extends to these races where the audience can share that as well.
All right, and we are off for match 2. Rather, round 2.
Round 2. It is important to remember that during the prologue, yes, getting through the prologue faster means that you get to start playing as Alucard faster. Nobody's going to try to deny that at any rate. However, as long as you make it out in underneath a minute, you will be okay, getting out of the prologue that early.
Oh, absolutely. But these two competitors getting the stacks on down. Dinner Dog actually ahead by a little bit. Or not ahead by a little bit, but closer to Jupiter Climb than this feed actually lets on.
Yes. It's also noteworthy that Dinner Dog does not use the blade dash method when he enters the prologue. It's something that he just doesn't really get down with. He's able to do it with just running and sliding.
Shout out to this cave color, little crystal caves looking. Oh, love it. And again, this is that wolf randomizer, that Lycanthrope seed. You're going to be seeing a lot of wolf go burr for this early part of the section. Really good movement by both of these competitors so far. Going to be clearing that death skip as well, and let the platforming begin.
It is important that both of these players get past death without having him take their items.
No way. Hold on.
Kingstone
and
Alucard shield already.
And gravity boots. Oh!
Woo, this is a spicy seed. This is spicy.
Spicy seed.
As I was about to say, it is important that they get past death because of circumstances like that. These players start out with the shield rod. They also there's a duplicator sitting right out in the open for both of these racers. This seed is stacked. Whoever gets bat first, whoever gets to mana prisms first, it's gonna be insane.
And both of the eyes widen of these two competitors. This is the perfect seed.
I couldn't have asked for a better seed when I was playing Nimble.
Jupiter Climb really kind of threading that needle, clearing really, really nice gaps, and so about Dinner Dog as well. Again, these two elite players practicing their movement to the max, and that's why they are here at the winners finals. Let's see about this Lagra Gaibon. We got the twos for Jupiter Climb. already
Is
checking
this
those
relic?
relics
Oh,
as
it's
it
absolutely
is.
nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
All right, so we do have 3 checks left at the gravity boots only level. At the gravity boots only level, there is Coliseum. There's going to be the keep at the leapstone check, and then there's going to be fairy card. I suspect we're going to see these gentlemen hit the fairy card first.
Dinner Dog skipping out on that that Gaibon room entirely. That saves him a couple of seconds rather.
As we saw, Jupiter only found a big old bubkiss there, so...
But let's see here as we head onto the gallery. What shall it be? Again, just a couple of... Oh, no, it might be another...
There is
ring?
an opal up there.
Gold ring.
There it is.
I'm trying to
That
make
ring
that
could be
coyote
important. Oh, it's turquoise. My bad. It's only 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Dinner Dog opting not to grab the turquoise. Makes me wonder if he just didn't look or didn't want to see it, saw that it was turquoise, decided not to do it.
Yeah, I didn't even think something like a turquoise to be of like low value, especially when making it to supermarket sweep. I mean, we kind of had a pretty combat defining item in the last round, which was what, Alucard shield at 400, like
Right.
nearly
Yeah.
free.
I mean, 1,500 can get you a long way. Mana prisms can be 200, library cards can be 500 or 800. I would pick up a turquoise either way. Both of them heading in for the Coliseum sweep. This actually does make sense.
Yeah.
Considering that we only have gravity boots and 2 of our checks are this direction, we can go this way.
Yeah. This is the route that I kind of expected from both of these competitors, where and a couple of nice item checks as it is. Nice strawberry, feed that to your dog.
Strawberry lunch A, and then, you know.
but these are more. This is a more kind of like methodical route. Like I don't think it'll be, you know, as by the book because of the amount of movement that we just gotten at, you know, on our own with just gravity boots and the wolf form alone. But I do firmly believe in these 2 competitors kind of clearing by the book, and they will, especially since we come upon the first piece of Exodia here.
Yeah, we just got to keep in mind, like, this is out of Logic Flight, Gravity Boots and Wolf.
Yeah.
So anything goes. You can go anywhere and do anything. They're probably going to do this check in Coliseum, then they're going to go up through All Rocks just to make sure that they clear everything out along the way.
Dinner Dog just a little bit more confident with the shield dashing.
There's the
Get
duck.
that invincibility. Nicely
and
done by
Wolf
Jupiter.
is down. Heartbreaks in chat. We didn't want that. Dinner Dog going for the shield kill on both of these guys. It's just faster and easier, to be
Absolutely.
honest. I mean, this early, it's just better to go ahead and apply the shield and knock out the bosses quicker.
Yeah, I definitely like that from Dinner Dog as well. Yeah, the Alucard shield was the first drop in the entrance for the skeletons. That's how we knew it was going to be a really fun seed to watch here.
Yeah.
So we had a creature seed last time, and then who knows? Again, we can go out of logic. But I kind of know how these 2 players are going to kind of clear the first castle. Like, it's going to be really nice.
Yeah.
It's going to come up to execution again.
Yeah. Like, we are definitely going to see a clockwise route into library. Whatever the seed provides along the way there is going to dramatically affect which way they go. But for now, it's just clockwise, all the way through keep.
Little bit low on that mana. Yeah, Jupiter opted and just kind of hoof it. Meanwhile, Dee again with the
takes the
power of
lead
the
here.
shield. Let's see how this goes. Sipping tea in your hood. What is up?
You know, a lot of people like to say that if you have the Alucard shield combo, it commits a lot of mana so that you have to manage your mana better. Now, I won't say that you don't have to always manage your mana well. Managing MP mana, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
managing that well is always a key aspect of playing the randomizer. However, the Alucard shield combo does not take that much mana or MP if you don't use it for shield
If you don't
dashing.
shield dash, yeah. We got a card. We got a little bit of a non-factor here. Both players have chased it. We're going to shrug off and move on. Dinner Dog making the really nice decision of not only activating Alucard Shield Rod combo a little bit earlier, but the clean wolf routing the Olrox in general, putting them ahead.
Yes.
All right, coming up to sword check. And we got the Jewel of Open.
Now, does he make the decision to go back, or does he finish the clockwise route?
Yeah, let's see.
He's thinking. Oh, he goes for clockwise.
See, I knew it. Like, it's going to be pretty methodical between these two. Until you know, I'm gonna say that, and 20 minutes later, Jupiter Climb's gonna like skip the mermans, and then like I don't know.
Yeah.
It just kind of happens like that. That's randomizer. Hella.
Oh, those birds. Curse those birds.
Hey, birds are jerks, especially in Castlevania games. 1, 2, 4, this, like...
Melee Hell is saying that Jupiter Climb is likely to guess a really good guess at the last minute just to finish 10 minutes early. And while that is true, we have also seen Dinner Dog calculate his way out of 10 minutes. So
yeah, this is what I meant when I mean, he has a whole guide on how to like deconstruct or like, you know, make really educated guesses about complexity. So even though we have the ability to go out of logic, I don't think that's Dinner Dog's game plan necessarily.
Nah.
Like, and I do think like these two players know about like, you know, that high risk.
Yeah. Well, and both of these players know each other, right? We race on a regular basis during the day, at night, in the middle of the morning. Whenever somebody drops that race pager, usually there's somebody there to answer the call. These guys have raced each other before. They know what each other is up to.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Even for like speedrun randomizer games, there comes an instance of a player's play style, you know, factoring into how they go about clearing areas, grabbing relics, and figuring where to go next.
I mean, you can make full-on decisions sometimes just based off of who you're racing, whether or not to orphan certain checks. You can say, okay, this person is way faster than me. They would have already finished if that check was actually anything, you know, that kind of stuff. So...
but Dinner Dog is gonna have to be a little bit careful because Jupiter Climb is a little bit on par. It could take the course of a couple of rooms. Are we gonna go for Attic for Jupiter Climb? Oh, he's gonna come upon what was that, Force of Echo there? Yeah,
that's Force of Echo. I think that Force of Echo
is he gonna
has
go for
its
the
place.
Attic though? I think we're gonna go for the Attic. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's behind door number
the Attic
one?
served him well last time. Got him what he needed. He didn't lose hardly any time over it, so might as well, right?
Dinner Dog not opting. I'm sorry for missing it like 20 seconds earlier, or not mentioning it rather, but not going for that teleporter as well.
Yeah.
That's gonna. Yeah. Now here's the thing, like now item checks incredibly count now. So
Yes.
going up to the attic for, you know, for the potential of a mana prism or like, you know, damage. Well, I mean, you have sword rod, or sorry, shield rod and Alucard shield, but you know, the usable items can completely turn this seed around, especially if they happen to come upon Soul of Bat or something like that.
Well, even a heart refresh.
Yeah.
Right now, these gentlemen don't have a way to deal with any spike hallways or anything like that. A heart refresh and any other invincibility item will grant them the capability to get through those hallways. And Dinner Dog knows this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is such a spicy seed. Again. All right, what's going to be up on here as we...
I guarantee you, it's only going to be a Trinidad Scorpion until we see that Mana Prism. Then it's upgraded full on to Carolina Reaper.
Cube of Zoe for that, you know, for
might come back
posterity.
for it later,
We'll say
but-
posterity.
Yeah. Interesting that he skips the library entirely.
Yeah,
He wants to get missed before he hits library.
Is this going to be the first divergence? Will Jupiter follow suit? Nice Coyote, only to have a Bachelor. But let's see, this could be our first major divergence of the game. We do have the Jewel of Open obtained a little bit earlier on in the seed. So he opts to go underground.
Yeah, Dinner Dog decided to just chase complexity. He's not worried about trying to satisfy density at all.
Mm-hmm. Let's
He
see, and
wants
there we
that
go.
sweet,
Jupiter
sweet
goes for like our
complexity.
first big divergence and pretty early on to the seed too. And let's
Yeah.
start these predictions again.
And you know, it's really interesting because Dinner Dog is also taking on the fact that there's 6 vases down here. There's 4 vases in the catacombs. He could have an opportunity to find something long before Jupiter Climb does, despite the fact that Jupiter Climb has the entire shop.
Let's see, Jupiter comes up on a big zilch. Coming up there. But, ooh, very nice movement into the fairy card room. Let's see what we got here. We got the mist! Oh!
That's really gonna do it.
How does it happen?
Jupiter Climb already has intended flight.
I'm interested in this.
Let's see about
And
this
there's a mana
supermarket
prism,
suite.
there's
We
the
got a mana
Life
prism
Apples.
up there. We
Power
got the
of Sire.
duplicator.
Oh, and
Jeez
elixirs.
Louise.
Thank you.
Elixirs definitely matter right now.
Now Jupiter Climb has all he needs to check, you know, what's behind this lesser demon. But we could see something a little bit more important on Dinner Dog side. We'll see.
It would have to be a pretty hard bait. Like, we're talking like...
We had
a
some pretty
familiar
hard
card.
baits last round, at least like 2 major ones.
Yeah.
We'll see. Ah.
This is an excellent move by Jupiter, all things considered. Having to reapply the Alucard shield over and over for shield dashing with it, it's not worth it in Castle 1. Better to just go ahead and go with the cross shurikens.
Oh,
There's Tooth of Vlad behind
the
Mist.
third Vlad relic from Jupiter Climb.
Which means that if Dinner Dog gets Spikebreaker and goes to Library after doing the Spikebreaker check, he could be ahead.
Yeah. We are still sub 18 minutes in here, and we can still hold on to hope that Dinner Dog's got something up his sleeve.
We also now know that Spikebreaker, or I'm not sorry, sorry, not Spikebreaker, Silver Ring is a good check.
Yeah. Very nice, clean wolf movement from Jupiter Climb coming out of that library escape.
Old Faithful Rage mentioning something very, very true. Yes, the Tooth of Vlad in this game is actually supposed to be the nail of Vlad. It was a mistranslation.
Yeah, I think people that have played like Castlevania 2 would probably kind of like like attest to that lore as well.
Yeah. One of many mistranslations, yes.
There we go. We're gonna be seeing some more clean wolf movement throughout.
Like, you know, if you try to search for Chrysogrim outside of Symphony of the Night, you're only gonna find Tolkien lore, that kind of thing. In all of the other Castlevania or Metroidvania games, it's called the Valman Way.
Got Dinner Dog going to the entrance, trying to make an early impression, but
that's a heart refresh. He might want that.
opts not to pick up the art refresh. I'd probably just pick that up as a consolation, but Dinner Dog deciding he has no need for it, and we go back underground where Jupiter will attest to clearing the regular tried and true way as well.
That's interesting though, because like that's something that I did learn from Jenner Dog's videos, is that you can alternate between an iframe item and heart refresh, and the heart refresh does not wait for the iframe item to end before it grants you another series of iframes.
Dinner Dog also coming up onto a diamond. So whenever he does hit the library, we can probably have a more fruitful supermarket sweep. I don't quite remember the length of, or rather the variety of items offered there.
Oh, there was mana prisms
a mana
and library
prism
cards. I know that much.
I'm just saying, the mana prism is right there and right for the taking, and a whole bunch of others as well. Again, still seeing some pretty major divergence here. Dinner Dog with some really clean platforming on the way down. And
there's
coming up on a
statue.
merman statue as well. So, I don't know.
I'm going to venture to guess that Merman statue is actually the progression relic that we were looking for after Jewel of Open. Mist, it was on the same level, it was in the library, and all it led to in the library itself was Tooth of Vlad.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we'll see some of that tech that Jammer demonstrated, where we use Wolf to get through the Spikebreaker room.
Let's see. Wait, so again, the player 2 hold triangle tech is allowed in this tournament, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, yeah, okay, so just want to make sure.
Dinner Dog is considering doing iframe abuse to get through this room, and decides to go for Legion / Granfaloon instead?
Okay. We're gonna be hearing the worst track of all time, so I'm gonna turn that up. Because this is a really tense scene.
Yeah. Not again, Dinner Dog, no! It's his arch nemesis, the fire demons.
Dinner Dog, no! All right, again, double shielding. Sorry, shielding on up for Grand Falloon.
Before it even made it out of the ground.
In all bosses fashion. By the way, as we're on a little bit of downtime, well, actually, hold on, let me wait for this relic check. But again, I just wanted to shout out to the Symphony of the Night Randomizer community. Oh, and another card! And we're gonna be resetting.
Okay. I'm not out on this. I'm not all the way in, though. I think it's actually slightly faster to just wolf your way back over to the right, but
yeah,
we'll see. Unless he just doesn't feel confident doing the shield spell strat. Which it doesn't look like he does. No.
Yeah,
Well,
now
that
Dinner
is a
Dog's gonna have
shame.
to make his way with some pretty awkward movement back up out of the catacombs.
Like this was a ripe opportunity for him to demonstrate that tech to get through there without any bat or spike breaker or anything like that. But you know, sometimes you just got to go with what you're confident with. Make sure that you don't die or waste time on strats that aren't going to be successful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jammer's bringing up a good point. This is kind of admitting defeat. I think he understands that doing that would be stepping a bit too close to the sun.
Let's see, what's his plan here to take on? He's equipped the duplicator. We're going cross shuriken. We're going the usables. Again, Dinner Dog had not gone to the library yet, so doesn't know supermarkets. Well, he is pretty set with the jewels and gems that he had obtained.
Yeah,
but not quite clued in on that mana prism quite yet. Meanwhile, Jupiter Climb making the rounds, coming upon that merman statue, probably scratching the head right there.
Yeah. Like, Jupiter Climb has Power of Mist and Mist, Form of Mist, so he's going to be able to get all the way through the Spike Room, no problem. The advantage that Dinner Dog had was the fact that he was there earlier.
So yeah, opting to check Grand Falloon. I mean, he kind of predicated it by, you know, opting to save split, right?
Yes. He did the save, he did the full-on save, and then I think the original intent of the save was to try to get the Shield Rod spell exploit to get through there, but
yeah,
he just wasn't feeling it. He's instead going to chase the complexity and go after the merman statue. Or I should say the holy symbol check.
Couple soul steals again. Jupiter Climb does have access to the mana prism. Dodges Bimu. And again, I mean, as spectators, we all know how this ends.
Yeah, Jupiter Climb's next move is probably just going to be, you know, wolf movement from the gremlin room all the way across. And go ahead and knock out the Spike Breaker check, which could be anything from actual Spike Breaker to Holy Glasses to a relic of some sort.
Dinner Dog coming upon the silver ring.
So he has gold and silver, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows that his next move has to go to the center of the castle.
Filling up on the curry as well. I dig that.
What, you've never eaten curry underwater?
Underwater, I mean, I do like my curry a little bit runny, but
Could you with a fox? Could you in a box?
Jupiter slowly making the way. And again, this seed was just pretty much blown wide open to begin with, again, from the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So just kind of trying to sweep as much as the first castle as well. And
there it is, Ring of Vlad.
We're coming upon the 4th piece of Exodia for Jupiter Climb.
Now here comes the real question. Where is the last piece of Vlad? Is the boner in the second castle?
It's got it. I have to put my chips down. We're getting all 5 in the first castle, baby.
You think so?
I think so.
That would be a likely.
Let's put the poll up. What do y'all think, chat?
First, where's Holy Glasses? Mateus is asking the wrong questions. This is not what we need to know. It better not be creature again.
If it's creature, then we have to ban future broadcasts of Randomizer on this channel because it'll always be a creature seed.
Yeah, exactly. We can't curse them with a creature seed every time. That's rude. Somebody call the PC police.
Let's see, Dinner Dog going right for it, as the bell tolls.
I actually do believe that this is vanilla glasses.
Mm-hmm.
It's very likely that Spikebreaker is somewhere in second castle. I don't know what it is about Lycanthrope, but they just love their vanilla glasses. Oh,
Spikebreaker!
Which means that Silverring has the glasses, which means that Dinner Dog may be tempted to go to second castle early.
Oh!
He already
he's having a little bit of
knows that
trouble
Jupiter
again.
Climb is a madman.
The Wolf Riser, Dinner Dog.
Please don't go back down thinking it's flight.
Feel like I am invested.
Oh,
Soul
yeah,
Steel,
like
we got a money
this is one of
drop.
those edge of your seat seeds, you know?
No, this one is particularly peculiar.
Like, this is the seed that says that it's going to give you everything up front and puts a down payment on that, but then it falls behind on the mortgage payments and you end up in collections.
All right, taking that teleporter. Now it's Dinner Dog's dive into the library. Is it? No?
He just asked himself a question. He's like, which checks have I forgotten to get? Is this the time, DD? No, it is not.
No outer wall, not yet?
He didn't grab that keep teleporter. Do you remember that?
Oh! No! That decision has come to haunt him? Well, I mean, it will in due time.
Every single time I have failed to get a teleporter, it has always come back to haunt me. So now Dinner Dog is clawing back to the Spikebreaker check.
Down.
He is going back to the Spikebreaker check. He no longer desires to chase complexity. He wants to skip complexity.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
has become
Spikebreaker
the
now.
5-year-old who throws his toys and says, "I hate complexity."
I think that would be chasing complexity, right?
In a way.
Again, I'm
It's
new
racing
to
the
this
thing
stuff.
in front of
You
complexity.
gotta educate me. I'm the color commentator. Blacktastic, hello.
Dinner Dog knows that he just got Spikebreaker at Holy Glasses. He also knows that Spikebreaker only unlocks Silvering, which means that he thinks that Silvering gives him something along the lines of Bat or Echo of Bat, whichever one he has not seen yet. I don't know that he knows what we know, which is that Silvering is very likely Holy Glasses.
Jupiter climb on their way to claiming that Spikebreaker as well.
Which, this is an easy mistake to make if you're in the middle of the race, right? Like, you know, we know things when we're not racing. We know how complexity works. We know the chains. We look at the relics that both players have captured, and we're like, yes, okay, we understand how this seed is supposed to work. He does not have all of that information. First of all, he doesn't have all of Jupiter Climb's checks in his memory. He also may have a bit of that tunnel vision because he's in the middle of a race. It's a very stressful race because it's winner's finals, and so he may actually not be reading the seed entirely correctly. Why didn't DD get the teleporter?
Nail
Just
was
forgot.
somewhere else.
He just forgot to get that teleporter.
No.
that's all.
You were talking about the one of the Vlad relics. Nail was somewhere else.
Yeah. Like, Nail is one of the random checks throughout the castle, so...
No worries. We just gotta get everybody caught up to speed. No worries. No worries. We all family. We community here.
That's right. Which, by the way, if you guys aren't paying attention to the long library or even paying attention to what's going on with the Symphony of the Night Randomizer community, there are so many things always in the works. We're working on a decomp. We're working on understanding how the game generates things better. We're working on identifying key aspects of the game. That community is constantly working and striving to understand the game, how to take it apart, and how to put it back together again in ways that are better for all of the players.
Yeah. Jupiter making a mad dash toward that silver ring check. And like, why not at this point? This will be close to the sweep of the castle already.
Yeah. I actually agree with this route that Jupiter Climb is taking. This is my route to Silver Ring these days. It's just faster to do that than to go all the way up, over, and throughout all of Old Rocks.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't need to do those Old Rocks checks, or you can't do those Old Rocks checks, then this is just a better way.
Let's see.
Iframe abuse.
Yep.
There you go.
And the reward.
There is missed. Dinner Dog has to know that he's behind now.
The holy glasses. And there they go.
There he
Again,
goes.
a
He
very
fills his diamond.
methodical, just kind of by the book.
Power Sire. Yeah, he's looking at all these items and he's realizing, oh my god, I left all of this behind. And
Yeah, supermarket sweep kind of does that to you.
He has to feel like, oh my god, Jupiter Climb has every single bit of this and I didn't have it at all. He's gonna go get the Tooth of Vlad here. Will he go ahead and do the Silver Ring check after this?
I feel like that just kind of like clicked in, like, oh yeah, all right, we got Spikebreaker, and that's what it was for.
Yep. Power Sire doing a lot of work there. It is a full screen 3 or 4 hit item that hits for about 100 by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's 80 each hit by itself, but it's ridiculously strong. It's a great way to finish off a lot of bosses like Scylla. You can finish her off in 1 Power Sire. Trio really hates Power Sire.
And we got a 38-18 teleport to the second castle for Jupiter Climb.
Dinner Dog is at least a minute behind that. He still has to go through and check Silver Ring before he gets his glasses.
Oh, some nice wolf movement there. Yeah. Jupiter with the execution. I mean, both of these players have practiced for this tournament, but we kind of know that Jupiter's skill level with not only this Castlevania but a plethora of video games. So.
Oh yeah, like Jupiter Climb constantly playing other Castlevania games, Aria of Sorrow, Order of Ecclesia, Dawn of Sorrow, like just all of them. He plays every single Igavania that has been made. You'll even catch him doing a Bloodstained play.
Absolutely. Oh no, you're a Bloodstained baby. I can't wait to commentate some of the Bloodstained randomizer stuff too, but more on that a little bit later. But now it's just gonna be a hunt for the final relic here. Again, like would have been such a cluster if Darkwing Bat would have just been like, all right, I'll throw you a bone, literally. But now we just kind of get to see, will it be Medusa? Will it be Aquadon? Will it be, just kind of making the rounds here. We got a card. It's not gonna be Medusa.
Now, I will say that if Dinner Dog decides to go left side, strong side, he might actually catch up. If he's only a minute behind Jupiter, which it looks like he's actually a little bit more than a minute behind, but if he were only a minute behind, that is enough that left side could make the difference.
Does he go for it? He's made a lot of divergences that were, really risky calls, but every kind of call is a risky call. Every sort of like divergence, and if you play it safe, it might just be that you're the one behind because of a little divergence that the other player had made. It's a total coin flip, whatever you do in this randomizer seed, and that's why you are continuously at the edge of your seat. So if Dinner Dog does decide to go that left route, if he does nab that bone before Jupiter does, we get to see that game 3. But does it happen?
And that's another thing that we need to consider. If Dinner Dog goes left side and Jupiter skips Creature, that adds another couple of minutes for Dinner Dog to make up by doing that.
Well, let's see. We're waiting with bated breath. Akmadon could reveal to us all the final nail in the coffin.
I would say the final bone in the coffin. But
shut up! No. It is Leapstone. No, it is not the final bone in the belly. However, Jupiter must continue on. I mean, it's only a matter of time, but this could be a defining moment. It's the question of, does Dinner Dog go left side? Chat wants it. I'm obviously wanting to see it.
Yeah,
I'm wanting to see the big risk pay off.
I want to see game 3. I want to see it.
Chat, what about you? It is going to be a 42-33 teleport for Dinner Dog.
He is 4.5 minutes behind according to Chronoquarium. That is unresolvable. Like, I did a test, right side versus left side. If you don't count going to B's and you don't do trio, if you just do a modified left side, it is only a minute faster than going left side.
Well, here's the thing. We're
But
going to be
Jupiter
grabbing
Climb
that
is
keep.
just, yeah, he's ruining these bosses' days.
Both of these seeds were just Mickey Mouse seeds for combat, though. Like, there's just there's nothing short of holding a button and breathing.
You know, that's interesting because Dinner Dog has opted not to use the Alucard shield. He has opted to just stick with Power of Sire on the duplicator.
Maybe that's faster. Here we go. Dinner Dog diverting to the left side. Again, this could be a pivotal moment in this randomizer seed. Chat wanted it, and we're gonna see it. But is it gonna matter? It's coming down to these two bosses right here. Will it be behind Beelzebub, or will Creature hide that feature?
I mean, even if Creature doesn't have it, Dinner Dog gains immediate access after Creature to go straight to bosses like Doppelganger 40, Death, Galamoth, even doing the Force of Echo check. He will get there faster.
I am breathless right now. This is a heroic stride to victory for the both of them. Oh, but here comes a fight where you kind of gotta go about it your own way, and since you do have that duplicator equipped, you don't want to be hit. Not once.
Not that poison.
Oh my God! Jupiter Climb! Just on the brink of extinction!
Took half of his life in one hit. Oh my God!
Jupiter Climb! I almost said a no-no! But this is also just gonna be, oh my God, this is also just gonna be time bleeding from the clock. If this is the right decision by Dinner Dog, then we get to see that game 3. Oh, but please do not hit any of those golden skulls, please.
Oh, those golden skulls, 38 damage apiece, base. It's not good.
You kind of wish you had bat for it, and here's we go. Oh my God.
Creature goes down. Beelzebub is still in the sky. Finally
Beelzebub
dies.
goes down as well. Half a second afterward.
It's the Holy Jade Creature. No.
Which can only mean
Son
that
of
we got more of this seed, baby.
Oh no.
Which means.
All right. Does Dinner Dog de-equip Power of Wolf to do the wolf strat through this room? Or does he just charge?
Brute forces.
I don't care what it's going to take. I'm going to skill of Wolf every single one of these. He is not giving up any time for menuing. He knows that he has to get in front of Jupiter Climb going into the reverse caverns.
It's a rough life for a dog, you know? Like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my lord, but Jupiter Climb just now has ease of movement.
Like, it's not allowed to happen. Now these guys are neck and neck, moving into the reverse caverns. Both of them with 4 Vlads. It could come down to a difference between Doppelganger 40 and Force of Echo. If one of them skips both of those and goes on to Death and Galamoth, if Jupiter Climb takes too many hits at Galamoth,
It's no, that's not gonna matter. Like there with the bat, there is that incredibly consistent setup to just get inside of Galamoth. You already have Shield Rod and Alucard, so I think once Jupiter Climb makes it to Galamoth, if it even comes to that point, if it's not behind death, it's pretty much gonna be a wrap. So we're going to have to see some really, major bits of failure and execution, in my opinion, in order to see any catch up between Dinner Dog.
Dinner Dog is, speaking of failures in execution, Dinner Dog taking huge L's and missing some of these gravity boot jumps, falling where he doesn't really need to. I don't want to see it go down like this.
No, not at all. But also, wait, doesn't he have to reactivate when he goes into Doppel 40?
No.
So
it'll stay activated once he's in there.
Okay, cool. All right, both at Doppel.
But if it's not a doppelganger, Jupiter Climb has already done the Force of Echo check, which means that he gets to move on to death while Dinner Dog wastes about 30 seconds on a nothing check.
Yeah.
It's not here. It's Spirit Orb.
It's not there, and then he's gonna be taking the scenic route with the power of mist.
Yeah.
Now here is where the gap widens.
Welcome to F'sville, population Dinner Dog.
Honestly, but it's not over. Even if we still have a chance to make it out of the lower bracket, and again, if this seed kind of resolves the way that we've pinned it to, they'll be facing the winner of the Dragon Blitz versus Fire 1520. But as we come upon death, could it all just end here, or do we have to go to Galamoth?
No, like Dinner Dog, if he loses here, that means that he goes to losers.
That's what I'm saying. Like he gets knocked out, he still gets another chance to climb back up to Grands.
Oh yeah,
it's a very comfortable spot to be in.
Oh yeah, like you're already here at the top. We may actually see these two racers face each other again.
Yeah, and Grands.
Well for Dragon Blitz.
The thing is, like, the way this seed was incredibly deceptive.
Yes, it was.
Like you had the potential for out of logic checks and out of logic movement, flight. That's what I meant to say. Mm-hmm. There were a lot of risks that could be taken. And just like a couple of them, like if Bone were at Creature, we would not be talking about this.
No, we wouldn't. No. And so, like, you can't say that either one of these racers did anything wrong necessarily, right? Like, they both did what was right.
It's all just risk.
Yeah. High risk, high reward. Just like Galaga.
Yep, there you go. There we go, good old all bosses. And we are going to see the Bone momentarily. So excellent play by these two. I have enjoyed watching every minute of this seed, because you can never know what happens in a winners finals in such a very high skill, high threshold match. Again, these two players are incredibly consistent, and you should be supporting the both of them. You won't be seeing the last of them in this tournament. Absolutely not. We still have at least a race to go for one of them. God's Garb don't even need it. And Jupiter Climb again, like, just leaps and bounds ahead with that bat movement. Again, coming upon opting to go into the library a little bit earlier than Dinner Dog, whereas he decided to divert. So coming up upon Supermarket Sweep a little bit earlier, coming upon that Mana Prism, already coupled with that Duplicator, and it was already kind of GG's right there when it comes to solving movement, solving your combat. Like, things were just kind of in the bag. It was just kind of up to execution and just your decision making in the route in general that propelled them to this gap.
Yeah, like the left side was absolutely the correct decision by Dinner Dog. However, not going right side means that he's missing that teleport. He still has to manually crawl his way through the Black Marble Gallery to get over to Dracula if he gets the bone.
Yeah, and like your heart's kind of beating at around like the 45-minute to 50-minute mark, where it's like, if you're not even done yet.
Yes.
like who knows, right?
Mateus is saying if Bat was a creature instead of bees, Dinner Dog
I
would
think
have won.
that was the Cinderella story that we all wanted, and yeah, kind of gritting the teeth right there as he comes upon the bone of Vlad, and as the final bells toll, we can say our GGs again. Well played, but Jupiter Climb, not having seemed to drop a single randomizer round, is solidified into the grand final spot. So a guaranteed top 2 result. Cannot do any worse than that.
And can we mention for just this one little instance, he skipped creature and creature had nothing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Didi made a couple of like risky yet ended up playing like smart skips to begin with, like skipping the slug or Gaibon check.
Yep.
But also, it was just another decision to not get Supermarket Sweep, not get that Mana Prism, not get that movement on early, and here we are.
Yeah, like there's so many ways that this siege, kind of misled both players. Like, Jupiter Climb didn't really fall for it as much, but it just these seeds come down to 50-50s so often.
Absolutely. I mean, that's honestly why you see it. I mean, honestly, that's why it's such a great spectator sport. That's honestly why there's over 250 people in here right now watching some good old SOTN randomizer and a brand new seed archetype. And get your GGs out for both of these competitors. But it looks like we are done. Jupiter Climb is your winner. And we'll get the 2 of these folks in here for a post-game interview.
Welcome,
because what a wild 2 seeds to even witness as a spectator. So I want to prod some minds about how it was to like play such a wild seed, especially the second one, how everything just kind of exploded and opened up from the beginning. So hello, Jupiter Climb, Dinner Dog, are you here?
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, what a crazy bunch of seeds, that's for sure. All my practice went really well, and I think that was the worst I've played in a long time. Oh my goodness. Well, I thought the first seed actually went pretty good in context that there was a lot of things I wanted to do that happened and they just didn't work out, and then that's just the breaks. And the second seed, oh my, like, when you're down 1-0, you're like, okay, I need to build a tempo somewhere. And I just couldn't get one anywhere. And then forgetting I didn't have Leapstone going to Spikebreaker check was just, oh my goodness. Because I could get through there with Leapstone, but not with Gravity Boots. And I was like, ugh.
And that brings me to a very interesting question, Dinner Dog. In that second seed, you had Duplicator from the very beginning in the Alchemy Lab, but you went to the entrance check, saw that you had a familiar card and a Heart Refresh, but you didn't grab the Heart Refresh. Was there a reason why you opted not to grab the Heart Refresh there? Because you knew that you could get Heart Refresh and an iframe item to get through the Spike Room.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, at that point, right? Like, so much stuff's gone through your head and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you might remember, like when I was going to the Caves teleporter, I actually thought, and I looked at my menu, and I'm like, wait, I have a duplicator, and didn't I see a heart refresh? So if I didn't grab it, it was just autopilot. Like things were going so bad at that point, where it was just like, you know what, like you can only think about so many things at once, and I even write things down, and yeah, it just threw me for a total loop, that one.
Oh.
But yeah, normally I would grab that. Usually if I hard grab any heart refresh I see, but yeah, that was a bit of an L. I don't think it would have made a difference. Like, I think, like, I had all the Vlads, but I don't think that the comeback, or I don't know, maybe, but I just take such a weird route to even have a chance. Oh my gosh.
Well, you know, like Bobby and I can both attest, and you know, Dragon Blitz was in the chat and he was saying the same thing. You know, you did absolutely nothing wrong in either of these seeds, really. Like, yes, you can say that you did this thing that wrong, you poorly executed this, whatever happened. But on that note, like, everything that put you behind really came down to 50-50 splits, right? The times where you could have gone this direction or this direction, and they each had an equal chance of winning or losing, but Jupiter just won more of those than you did. So all around, great performance from you, my friend. You will be going into the losers bracket so that you'll be able to try to redeem yourself there, but overall, very well played, sir.
Yeah, it didn't feel good, let's just say that, but I'm glad it came across better than it felt.
Yeah.
You know, earlier in the seeds, we were talking about how SOTN community are kind of like close and tight with one another, so you might see a lot of people racing with like the same people. So while you're in the lower bracket, you're still trying to climb yourself up. Is there someone that you like would prefer facing when it comes to Dragon Blitz over Fire?
No, they both terrify me. No, equally. I don't know how I beat Fire, and I don't know how I'll beat Dragon Blitz. So everyone in like the tournament's really good. So I don't think I have a preference. It's a best of one can go so many different ways. You could, you know, that's just how she goes.
All right. But Jupiter Climb, congratulations on the win for both of those seeds. Do you have any commentary on your I got a question. I know you're about to point it out, but what the was up with that fight, man?
Oh, you mean the
what was
the
up with that
fight?
BLs?
Yeah, so this kind of gets to my main point, my main takeaway from this set, which is I felt like this was the most inconsistent I've played all tournament. So it was enough to win, and I'm happy with that. I feel like my decision making was pretty good. A lot of the stuff I've practiced in terms of wolf movement was good.
Yes.
But some of the menuing in game 1 was slow. I cleaned that up in game 2, but in game 1 that cost me a lot of time. And then just weird things were happening. Things I didn't practice because they don't normally cause me any issues.
Yeah.
So, Bobby, you alluded to the bees fight. It's really simple. You're supposed to just get some iframes and hold out the shield. I've never struggled there, but I almost died twice. That cost, 30 seconds? It was rough. Maybe even more than that, maybe 45. So that was the biggest mistake of game 2, I felt. And then in game 1, I almost killed Richter.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I tapped Richter on the forehead with my shield and he almost died. So, never gonna do that again. I've never tried it. I thought it'd be faster. Big mistake. Almost a forfeit right there. In game 2, a frog almost killed me with my duplicator equipped. Weird. Almost got comboed into the corner.
Yes.
Bad. So yeah, just little things like that were totally unforeseen. I can practice these in future. Like, I was able to get a decent Mummy Alucard shield combo
Yes.
in game 1. That's something I worked on, but I want to practice that more. I'll have to practice bees, too, because, this game is very complicated, very tough to play well, and when you have those winners finals nerves, and you come across an unexpected situation, it's tough to react in the right way. So, a lot of takeaways for me in terms of what to practice for grand finals, but yeah, really fun. I liked the first seed a lot. Obviously I went to Creature, and I'm guessing that was the difference maker, right?
Yeah, like, no, and that's something I wanted to ask you about, like, what on earth made you go to Creature of all places? Because, we go back in time, right? We rewind a year, and you were one of the people who established that going to Creature was just statistically not the way to go, and yet for some reason, that first seed, that was the difference maker. Like, you just went ahead and jetted over to Creature and got the final Vlad there.
Well, people often credit me for developing Creature Skip meta. It wasn't really me. I learned everything I know about Creature Skip from Dinner Dog. He's the real Creature Skip OG.
I learned it from Fire.
Okay, okay, well, you know, the history is debated, but Dinner Dog definitely helped popularize it. Here was my thinking. I'm still not sure what the complexity chain was in Game 1. I was convinced it had to be complexity 8 and Holy Glasses. And when it was, what, nothing? Spirit Orb, something like that?
Yeah.
I thought to myself, look, I have just misread complexity against Dinner Dog. I have to gamble. Like, the seed's gone fine up to this point, but now I have to gamble. That was a huge time loss. The only gamble I can make against Dinner Dog in that situation is going to Creature, because I knew that Dinner Dog would skip. And it paid off.
There you go.
Now,
Again, this is kind of one of my favorite parts of the SOTN Rando. It's that poker aspect. You got to know your opponent as well as the game.
That's right.
Yep, absolutely.
so I feel like, do you know what you're gonna be, what your game plan for like the routing's gonna be a bit in the grand finals, or are you trying to like switch it up depending on who you face? Because I feel like you played a lot safer this time around compared to when you played against DB.
Yeah, that was by design. I wanted to see how that went. You don't want to have a predictable play style. You know, if you always play aggressive or always play safe, it makes it easier for your opponent to read what you're going to do in any given situation. So I'm going to keep the cards close to the chest here.
Absolutely.
I can't say I will be playing SOTN. How I'll be playing SOTN, we'll have to see.
Well,
All right.
yeah, what a great winners finals. Again, Jupiter advancing to grands, again solidifying himself into the top 2 of this stacked bracket. Dinner Dog gets one more chance at the lower bracket. Again, the winner of Dinner Dog versus versus Dragon Blitz, which is set to be what, this Friday?
This Friday.
So that's going to be fantastic. I know we're all going to be watching that. Jupiter, you're the one that's going to be streaming it, right?
Yeah, it'll be on my channel. Bobby, huge shout outs once again. I can't wait to go back and watch the commentary on this one. Really appreciate you hosting it.
Yeah, everybody that's watching live, this YouTube video will be up like pretty much like momentarily. Like, it's been a blast commentating. Like, Eldritch, thank you very much again.
Anytime.
And we'll be seeing you a little bit later on in the chat this Friday for the lower bracket. For Jupiter Climb, Eldritch, and Dinner Dog, I have been the Blacktastic. Thank you very much for tuning on into such an incredible winners.
Hey everyone, if you made it to the end of this video, you're awesome. If you really liked it, consider subscribing and watch some more of our related content here. Take care, we'll see you soon, and as always, thank you for watching.